Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, and today we will be discussing TD Power Systems in a three-part series where part one will be covering the business in general. What is the company about? What are the business segments? Is there any moat in the company? In part two, we will dive deeper into the future growth prospects of this company, and in part three, we will look at the guidance, what has been the guidance over the past few years, and what are the active guidance and kind of the credibility of the management, right? So, jumping into part one about TD Power. TD Power is in the industry of manufacturing and it manufactures electrical equipments, right? More specifically, TD Power manufactures AC generators. Almost 92% of their revenues is coming from the manufacturing of AC generators, and around 8% is also coming from the manufacturing of motors, right? So if you're really to think about TD Power as a company, we can think of it as an AC generator manufacturer, right? Another tidbit which we would add here is that it is not a commoditized manufacturer. It is an engineered to order AC generator manufacturer. What this means is, so TD Power is supplying these generators to multiple turbine OEMs and EPC projects around the world, right? Almost 100 countries. And these projects are in the gas in renewable energy generation, either through gas, through hydro, through wind, right? Now all of these, firstly, these are different renewable sources projects, then there are different turbine makers, right? So there is so much variety, and the kind of generator that you need to support the function of the turbine is very, very specific. So that's why these OEMs, these turbine OEMs, so the turbine is what spins and the generator is what kind of converts that mechanical energy into electrical energy, right? So it needs to be highly engineered to match what the turbine OEM has developed. And that is what leads to a slightly narrow moat with TD Power, right? That its products are not just like a simple product which can be used by any turbine maker. It needs to be engineered to match that turbine maker, right? Now, if we go a little deeper into the business momentum, if you look at the revenue trend by segment, so TD Power does not report revenue by segments, right? And if you see their overall revenue, so we can see something interesting here. Although it has grown by 20% over the last 4 years, there was a spike in FY22, right? And now we are seeing again the growth coming back in FY25, and again it's going to grow by 30 to 40% this year, FY26 as well. So what is interesting is, yes, the revenue has compounded at 21%, but while the FY22 spike was more to do with the domestic demand related to hydro projects, now the demand is firstly export led, right? And this is coming from the gas turbine and the gas renewable energy demand, which is related to AI and data centers in the US, right? And this we can also clearly see in the segment table as well, where it was a 50-50 mix, or even less than a 50-50 mix towards export a few years ago, but now it's highly tilted towards 67%. And if you look at the recent orders they have won, I think it's almost in the recent quarter, their orders have almost been around 80% export based, right? So yes, so this is the kind of the story of TD Power is becoming clearer in our heads, where yes, it is an AC generator maker, but it used to service the domestic industry a few years ago, and especially for hydro projects. But ever since this AI came into our lives, we need a lot more energy, and in the US and in the Europe, not only AI but grid stabilization projects have led to the demand of this gas energy again. And TD Power has been a big beneficiary of that, because it is supplying the AC generators to all these OEMs which are building out the gas energy infrastructure in these places.